Financial freedom isn't just for the wealthy or the lucky. It's a step-by-step formula anyone can follow. Imagine this: a young couple, drowning in credit card debt, barely making ends meet. They have no savings, no investments, and their future feels like a mountain too steep to climb. Yet, within 5 years, they're debt-free, traveling the world, and earning more from their investments than their old day jobs. How? They didn't win the lottery, inherit a fortune, or stumble upon a get-rich-quick scheme. Studies show that more than 70% of financially independent people started with less than $5,000 in savings, just like them. This isn't a story about extraordinary circumstances or genius-level strategies. It's about a mindset shift, small daily habits, and the simple truths that lead to a life of abundance. And the secret? It's far easier than you think. Financial freedom is more than just a concept. It's a life where money is no longer a source of stress or limitation. It's waking up every morning knowing that your bills are covered, your future is secure, and your time is truly your own. Imagine not having to clock in for a job you dislike just to keep the lights on or pay the rent. Financial freedom allows you to choose how you spend your time, whether it's pursuing a passion, spending time with family, or simply enjoying the peace of knowing you're in control. The foundation of financial freedom lies in 3 core components. The first is income independence, a state where your money works harder than you do. Passive income sources like dividends from investments, rental property cash flow, or royalties from creative work flow into your account consistently, covering your daily living expenses. Picture a retired teacher who built a portfolio of low-maintenance rental properties over 15 years. Today, they no longer work, yet every month checks from tenants cover their mortgage, utilities, and even leisure expenses. Their lifestyle is funded not by a paycheck but by the decisions they made years ago. The second pillar is debt elimination. High-interest debt is like a heavy anchor, dragging you down no matter how hard you swim. It robs you of options, freedom, and peace of mind. Take the example of someone paying $500 a month on credit card interest alone, money that could have been building wealth instead. By systematically attacking their debt, starting with the smallest balances to gain momentum, they slowly chipped away at the chains that bound them. Once the debt was gone, the same $500 a month became a tool for building wealth, rather than keeping their head above water. Finally, intentional spending ties it all together. It's not about cutting out every small luxury. It's about aligning your money with your priorities. Consider a young professional who used to spend hundreds a month on takeout and trendy gadgets, but found themselves with no savings for emergencies. After reassessing their values, they began directing those funds toward experiences that mattered most to them, saving for travel, investing in their education, and building a financial cushion. The result? Not deprivation, but empowerment. Every dollar became a step closer to the life they envisioned. Financial freedom starts with a transformation, not of your finances, but of your mindset. For most, the default is consumerism. The endless chase of bigger homes, flashier cars, and the latest gadgets, often financed by credit. But those who achieve financial freedom think differently. They see money not as something to spend, but as a tool to build. Take the example of a young couple who once spent weekends dining out and filling their closets with the latest trends. Realizing their habits were draining their future, they chose small sacrifices, swapping expensive dinners for home-cooked meals, holding off on a new car, and redirecting those savings into investments. The result? In just a few years, their modest sacrifices began snowballing into substantial gains, creating a future that no fleeting purchase could have offered. The second step is building a safety net, a crucial yet often overlooked foundation of financial stability. Without an emergency fund, the smallest unexpected expense, a car repair, a medical bill, can spiral into a financial crisis. A safety net acts as a buffer, protecting you from life's surprises. The goal is simple: save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. For a single parent earning $3,000 a month, this might mean saving $9,000 to $18,000 in a high-yield savings account. It doesn't happen overnight. Start with small, consistent contributions, $50 here, $100 there, and watch as it grows into a safety net that offers peace of mind. Once the foundation is set, it's time to eliminate debt, the silent killer of financial freedom. The snowball method offers an effective psychological approach. Imagine someone juggling 5 debts: a $500 credit card bill, a $3,000 car loan, and 3 others of varying amounts. They start by aggressively paying off the smallest balance while maintaining minimum payments on the rest. When that first debt is cleared, they take the payment they used and apply it to the next smallest debt. Each cleared debt feels like a victory, building momentum and confidence. And with every payment freed up, cash flow improves, paving the way for the next step. Investing for passive income is where the real magic happens. Compound interest, often called the eighth wonder of the world, works silently in the background, growing your wealth exponentially over time. Consider this: a 25-year-old who invests just $200 a month in an index fund averaging 8% annual returns will have over $500,000 by the time they're 65. The earlier you start, the greater the reward. Index funds, dividend-paying stocks, or a modest rental property. These are not the complex schemes many imagine, but accessible tools to let your money work harder than you ever could. Finally, simplifying your spending ties it all together. A budget is not a restriction, but a blueprint for freedom. Every dollar has a purpose, every expense a reason. Take Sarah, a mid-level manager who realized she was spending $400 a month on takeout. By preparing meals at home, she saved $300 monthly, which she redirected toward her emergency fund and later into investments. It's not about eliminating joy, it's about prioritizing what matters. And with each intentional choice, financial freedom comes closer into view. Financial freedom isn't reserved for those with 6-figure salaries or million-dollar inheritances. It's not about how much money you make, but how wisely you manage what you already have. Consider the story of a teacher earning a modest income who, through small, deliberate changes, built a life of financial independence. They didn't strike it rich overnight or stumble across a secret formula. Instead, they started with one step: tracking their expenses. Then another: eliminating unnecessary costs. Over time, those small, consistent steps compounded into something remarkable. That's the power of financial freedom. It rewards discipline, not luck. The journey begins with a single decision. Perhaps it's setting aside $50 from your next paycheck for an emergency fund. Maybe it's finally facing the stack of bills on your kitchen counter and mapping out a debt repayment plan. Whatever it is, that first step matters. It sets the tone for everything that follows. One action leads to another, and suddenly you're building momentum. The overwhelming weight of financial stress starts to lift, replaced by a quiet confidence that grows with every progress milestone. And here's the truth: you don't need to be extraordinary to achieve financial freedom. You don't need a finance degree, a high-paying job, or a stroke of genius. What you need is a plan. You need intention. And most importantly, you need to start. Every journey is unique, but the principles are universal. Today, you have the blueprint. The question is, what will you do with it? Because the life you've always wanted, the freedom to live it on your terms, is closer than you think.